Hey guys, it's Stacy, and today I'm here to do the 25 bookish facts about me tag. I think it's a tag, I don't know. But I've been seeing this go around a lot on BookTube and whatnot, and so I thought I'd do it. These facts are probably really boring and none of y'all probably really care, but I wanted to do it, and it took me a while to come up with all the 25 answers, and I kind of already forgot some of them because I made this list like last week sometime. So yeah, let's just get right on into it. With the first bookish fact is that I used to hate reading so much. I always had a hard time reading. I still do struggle with reading and stuff, but now I love it. I used to hate it. I used to swear up and down I'd never ever read a book, but now I love it. And so I used to say I'd never read Harry Potter. Like 2 years ago when I first finally started actually reading, before I was a really avid reader, I always said I was never going to read it because I'd watched all the movies and stuff, so I was like, I'm not gonna read it, but I've now started reading it last year sometime, and I really love it now. It's so good. So that, the not reading Harry Potter, the next fact goes with the last one. I didn't start reading Harry Potter until I was 16 years old. I read the first one around my 16th birthday, which was, how old am I? Like 2 years ago? Wait, year and a half ago? I don't know, but I'm almost 18 now. I'm still not done with it, but I started reading Harry Potter when I was 16. I didn't start liking to read till I was about 13, and but I still wasn't an avid reader then. But now I do love reading, but not till I was 13 to actually think, hey, I might like this. Fact number 5 is I always have a book and or my Kindle with me in my purse. If I'm almost done with a book and I don't know what book I want to read next, I will have my Kindle with me, but I always have a book or my Kindle with me in my bag. Even if I don't have time to read it, I still have it with me. The first book to movie adaptation I ever saw deliberately, like I saw it because of the book, was Beautiful Creatures, which was one of the first books that ever got me into reading. I was a little disappointed with that movie, but I still loved it because it was my favorite book brought to life, even though it was like completely different. But yeah, that was the first book to movie adaptation I saw because I read the book. The very first contemporary book I ever read was Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I read that a year ago, I think. I read it because the movie was coming out and my cousin Olivia really loved that book, and so we were gonna go see it together, so I read it, and I didn't really like it, but it was okay. The only classic I will probably ever read is The Phantom of the Opera. I have no interest in reading any other classic. Just The Phantom of the Opera is probably the only classic I will ever read. Fact number 9 is I have started writing 3 stories, but I haven't finished one of them because they either just don't go the way I want them to, or I lose interest in writing that particular story. So, yeah. Fact number 10 is I mostly avoid books with love triangles. Like, if I hear that it has a love triangle, I most likely will not pick it up unless I absolutely just want to read it for the story, and I hear the love triangle isn't that bad, like The Infernal Devices is not. Like, I don't like the love triangle in it, but it didn't overly annoy me like most love triangles do. Fact number 11 is I don't like lending books out to people. I will lend them out to like my sister and Olivia and Chelsea if she asks, but anybody else, no. Like, you can't borrow my books. I don't trust you with my books, and so, because I don't like them coming back dented. Fact number 12 is I almost always have music playing while I read, and that is either One Direction or Halsey. Those are my 2 favorite artists ever. If you know me personally, you know I love One Direction, Halsey with all my heart. I almost always have both of those playing. If I get done with One Direction and I don't want to re-listen to it, I listen to Halsey. So those are I always have music playing, so those are the most I listen to. Fact number 13 is I am a morning reader. I love reading in the morning. It's like I'm more awake in the morning than I am at night, like most people. I've never been that much of a night reader unless I just want to like just power through the book, but I do mostly read in the morning. I hate reading outside so much because when I read, I don't pay attention to my surroundings, and therefore bugs always seem to land on me. I hate reading outside so much. Like, I don't like to do it. Fact number 15 goes back to my writing. The next story I will probably start writing is about a vigilante inspired by The Arrow, because that is my favorite TV show. right now. I love it so much. So fact number 16 is reading on my Kindle always gets me out of a reading slump. It's just easier for me to focus on my Kindle than an actual book if I'm in a reading slump. So if I am in a reading slump, I will pick up a book on my Kindle before I go to my shelves and look for a book to read. It's just easier to read on there. Anything I pick up on my Kindle is easier for me to read no matter what type of book it is. Fact number 17 is if I'm not listening to music, Bob's Burgers is playing. I love Bob's Burgers. It's one of my favorite TV shows, and if I'm not listening to music, I do have that on instead of music. Fact number 18 is I can't eat and read at the same time. It's just not possible for me. I don't know how people do it. Like, I can't hold the book one down and eat with the other. I don't know. It's tiring. I don't like it. I don't like getting stuff on my books. Fact number 19 is as soon as I finish a book, I have to immediately pick up the next book and at least read the epilogue, not the epilogue, the prologue or the first chapter. It's just something I do. I don't know why I can't just like put a book down and then go a day without picking up another one, but I do immediately pick up another book after I finish another one. Fact number 20 is book talks are my favorite videos to film. I think they're so much fun. They are my least watched videos, but they are my most favorite to film because I like talking about spoilers. Fact number 21 is most sci-fi books intimidate me. That's why I don't read a lot of sci-fi. The only sci-fi I've really read is like Illuminae, and if the Fifth Wave counts as sci-fi, it just scares me. Like, I want to read it, but it's intimidating and I feel like I'm not going to understand it, so I normally stay away from it. Fact number 22 is I can almost immediately tell if I'm going to like or dislike a book in the first like 10 pages or chapters or whatever. I can almost immediately tell if I'm going to like it or dislike it, so that's just me. Fact number 23 is I can only binge read a series if I absolutely love it. Like the Michael Vase series, I binge read that series because I absolutely adore it, but like most of the time I can't read books in the same series back to back. Fact number 24 is I've been thinking about going to school to be a librarian, but I still don't know if I even want to go to college. Who knows what I'm going to do, but right now being a librarian is something I really want to do. And fact number 25 is 90% of the time I do talk to my books while I'm reading. Like they're a person. I tell them what to do and what not to do. It's not like they listen, but I do talk to them while I'm doing things. Like if I'm sitting on my bed, I will talk to, and I have to stop myself sometimes, especially when there's people in the house, because that's embarrassing. So that is all for today's video. Comment down below some of your bookish facts or whatever. This was probably really boring and whatnot, but I had really so much fun doing it, and if there is like original video to this, I will leave it down below if I can find it, and if not, then I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you're having a great day, and bye!